The interesting thing, I mean, the second question you asked me is sort of what kind of shaped me, and Gibbler writes that question now that you can connect with a lot of people. It's an interesting thing. Um, as you go through life, there are lots of things that sort of just resonate with you. You hear certain expressions, philosophies, and things like that, and there's some things that just resonate with your core. There's an expression that I heard a long time ago, and it's something that I live with, and I think it's kind of kept me humble, and that is, every man is my teacher. And for some reason, that has always humbled me. And I guess, as a young black student growing up in New York, there weren't always a lot of black mentors in front of you. There weren't always a lot of blacks who have gone before you and are willing to reach back sometimes to help you. So your help, your guidance comes from a lot of different directions. And there are lots of people that I credit with really helping me get through college, medical school, residency training, and they weren't all physicians. There was, I particularly remember, and the flip side is true, and I'll say there are some blacks who have made things exceedingly difficult for me getting through. And what I was going to say is, I remember I was at Beth Israel Medical Center, and there was someone who worked in the radiology file room who was particularly mean and gave me a hard time, and he was black, and it was like, well, how do you put this in perspective? You could either say he's making it more difficult for me so I can be harder and I can kind of get it together, or this guy was just particularly rude and he just didn't really care about helping anyone along the way. So not everyone who helped me along the way, I would have to say, was black. So you sort of keep a perspective about things as you go through life, and every man is my teacher. I don't necessarily discriminate against people just because they might be pushing a broom around the hospital because of the color of their skin. I just didn't grow up that way. So when Gibbler writes that I can connect with a lot of people, I often connect with people. I will sit there and have a conversation with the folks cleaning the floors. I'll have a conversation with the CEO of the hospital. Doesn't really matter to me. It's, you have to stand on your merits. You can't just be someone great just because you have a title behind your name. What are you made of? What values do you have? What do you hold dear to you?